Now, for those of you who are the affiliates who are in marketing and who are doing all this stuff with marketing, here's what's exciting. In the past, and Hitesh has done this, Roger's done this, I've done this, any successful marketer has pretty much done this. You have multiple offers, multiple income streams of things that you offer to your prospects. Because if you had 100 people come onto your list and look at DS Domination, you might only have 5% that ever take that offer, and that's still a profitable business. So what do you do with the rest of those folks? You transition into options. You have another thing to offer them, a second thing to offer them as an affiliate. So for those of you who are on the marketing side who love that world, who love doing those things, having something else that is very, very profitable for anyone you put in there, to anyone you recruit to, having that second thing to promote alongside of DS Domination, to me is priceless. To me is priceless. I've never promoted just one thing until DS, right? And now we have something else that you'll be able to promote side by side with that. So I'm just excited about this all the way around. You know, from the $5 trades all the way up to the $500 trades, money's being made. I didn't do this, you know, 45 days ago I wasn't making trades, and I'm able to have a $2,000 day. You know, I could have done that much earlier if I wanted to, but I wanted to test it out as if I was, you know, coming in here with just a couple $100 to invest, right? And then recoup that money and then proceed on from there with my profits. So that's what I did, and those are the results, guys. This is just something that it's going to change the landscape as we see it. I mean, DS Domination we've been a company that has kind of changed the industry in a lot of ways, and put it out there that these traditional business models where the top 1% make money, we think that's a bunch of BS. And we've shown that model right there, that 1% earning an income, is not where it's at. DS Domination is where it's at because we have so many members making money, and now we're extending that even further. You guys are going to make even more money with this. You're going to be able to do this with DS Domination. Obviously, we're still going to make some insane upgrades with DS Domination because this is our baby, but options is going to run simultaneously side by side with that. And Hitesh, I wanted you to let them know real quick that, and just to clarify this, we are not, Roger, Kevin, and Hitesh are not the owners of Options Domination. Do you want to talk about that for a second, Hitesh?
Yes, actually, I was going to talk about that in a second, because I was going to address a couple of things really quickly. Why we are so open about all of this stuff. Okay, other than the fact that this is all illegal, it's pretty good. No, I'm kidding. This is obviously illegal. Fine. Okay, one of the reasons why we are very excited about this, and the reason why we are talking so openly about it on a webinar with DST people, is because since we're not the owners of the actual company, the companies that are involved in making all of this happen in the background, making all the negotiations work, and the income distribution and things like that, all of this that's working in the background, we are not the guys doing that. Okay, obviously we have some connections. I'm coding it for them as well. That's a contractual thing. But the point behind the scenes is that there are different owners. Okay, one of them is a very lovable, wonderful person known as Jason Rose that you guys know about. We're going to actually have him on a webinar as well. He would have been on here today, but he's traveling. But what basically happens in this structure is we are not owners, so we are actually able to behave, and we're actually able to run the whole thing like one of you guys in this thing. So we're not like DST guys now saying to you, hey, look, we're the owners, let's tell you what's going on here. We're more like, we're the options guy, we're doing this with you. Okay, we are alongside you. So when we build out things from an affiliate perspective to promote this and so on, we're very happy to share that with everybody in DST. And part of the reason why we have been given this privilege of being the first people to present this and share this is because when everybody from DS Domination gets imported in here and brought in, and we're all going to get a chance to join this and upgrade in here and get the top positions and so on, and we do a complete, very detailed breakdown of how this will play out. Okay, when all of that stuff happens, it basically gives DST members the very top positions. It gives us the first shot at everything. It gives us the top placements and everything. Basically, it makes sure that when M1 from the first matrix, the DST members are already going to be profitable. Okay, so that's going to be one of the good things. Now, that's actually one of the things that I also want to talk about. One of the things that we have discussed is that because we have a bunch of affiliates in DS Domination, if you are also a MarketXtreme user, we are actually going to give you access to some funnels that we are building that's going to promote both DS Domination and Options Domination at the same time. It's going to let you guys basically double your income streams immediately, or more than double really, and that's going to be one of the other benefits that you get as well. So there's a lot of benefits you get out of us not being the owners in this new thing, and us being actually the affiliates, because it opens us up to actually exercise our marketing arms. Now Roger can get on the phone and bring in all the contacts that he has. Kevin can get on there and do all of his marketing. I can start doing my marketing again. So I'm pretty sure that we can rock this. And in my opinion, we can probably cross 100,000 members the first 3 months in Options Domination. I'm pretty sure we'll actually cross that. Yeah. Now, what does this mean really overall? This is the point that I wanted to address. What does this mean? Does this mean that we are focusing on a new thing, or we are doing something different now, or something like that? Absolutely not. In fact, back in July of 2013, before DS Domination ever came out live, this was something that was planned and charted out and discussed in very good detail, not just between Kevin, Roger, and I, but was actually discussed with a lot of other people who were the first people in DS Domination. We actually explained how the next step was going to be people being able to take their investments and expanding on that. Okay, this is what that is. People will now be able to move on to the next phase, which is investment. If you have attended those Tuesday night webinars, and you all know there's this chart that I usually draw out if I'm on there, which goes something like this, which says that if you look at the chart of the average person in their lifetime, the chart goes something like this. Okay, and this is their income over here, and this is their age. Okay, and this correlation
is my favorite chart you've ever done, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
This correlation is not entirely true. What it's really talking about is the activity. What happens is over here, you have an unqualified person with no experience, so they're working at McDonald's and so on. Okay, then they basically have more education, they have more resources, more experience at their disposal. At this point, they're basically moving up. Okay, they have a job and so on. This age group right here is basically the 35 to 55 age group. Okay, this is basically when they say that people peak in their income potential on average. Okay, obviously this doesn't apply to everybody, but on average, here's what happens. Okay, and then their income goes down. This is income from labor. Okay, labor means you're actually working. Okay, or Roger, when you eat donuts and it really hurts your stomach, that's not the labor I'm talking about. I'm talking about like when you do work hard.
You know, it's very confusing to me because Labor Day is coming up and I put on a lot of weight for it and it doesn't seem to be working out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Keep at it. Keep at it.
Here's what happens though. From 55 to 75, the aim that most people have, that unfortunately doesn't truly come to pass for a lot of people, the aim is that from this point on, you start developing a second income. This is supposed to be your income from investment. Okay? That's basically the idea that people have, that I'm going to work really hard, I'm going to get educated, I'm going to get good jobs, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to move up there, then I'm going to take some of that money, I'm going to turn it into savings, and my savings are going to become my retirement system. They're going to sustain me through it, and it's going to leave something for my future generations as well. And those investments are going to be an income for me instead of my constantly working. Okay, that's the idea that we have. That's the idea behind the American dream, really. Okay, it's not the 5 cars and the 2 kids, 2.2 kids with the dog necessarily. It's really that you have the ability to do this. Okay, now in DST version, here's what happens. This is when you join Pro, you start making an income. This is when you join Elite, you start maximizing your income very quickly from that point on. Over here, you have your Unleashed and Monopoly. Okay, Unleashed plus Monopoly kick in. So now you're making all of this money from cashbacks and all these different things. You're achieving the peak of your income. Over here is when you do Genesis. Okay, and with Genesis, basically now you have a system in place that's going to sustain your income over a period of time. Okay, it's going to be your business that's running by itself. And then you hope that right around here, Supremacy is going to kick in, and it's going to develop an automated income for you. Okay, and this is going to develop that automated income for you and keep that going. But this is still income from labor. So your chart in DS domination doesn't look like this. It actually looks something like this. Okay. Your income doesn't go down. Like typical jobs, your income from labor doesn't go down after 55 because there is no true labor involved with DS domination. Okay, supremacy is going to sustain your income level there. But what we can do with options is we can actually take this part, the dotted line, and we can use that as our income from investment and beyond double our income, because we're now going to make money both from affiliate side in DS domination as well as affiliate side in options domination. Plus we're going to be making sales over here in drop shipping. You know, this section covers drop shipping. Genesis and supremacy is not just drop shipping. That's really true e-commerce. Okay, so then we have e-commerce here in this area. And then of course, finally over here we have options. And the options domination is basically going to govern the very massive scale in income for you guys. And that's at this stage. Once you get to this stage, what you have going for you is your drop shipping income, okay, DS income, which is from sales on eBay primarily. You have your cash back kicking in, which is your income coming in from, which is basically incentive for having sold other people's products. Then you have your own products that you're sourcing. You have your Genesis Easy products, which are easy money from Genesis app, okay? Then you have your supremacy, basically scaling up your income. Then you have your affiliate income in DS domination. Then you have your options trading income. You have your options referral income if you try to recruit, and then you have your options compensation plan income, which you're going to make even if you don't recruit anybody. That's the plan here. The plan is that you don't have just one basket with a few eggs in there. You have multiple baskets themselves, and you have multiple types of eggs. You have duck eggs and chicken eggs, and you have every single thing that you can out there. Okay, so
Cadbury
the whole idea.
Eggs.
Yes, we have chocolate covered eggs as well, and we have Easter eggs that you can go hunt as well. The point behind this is that we have always been focused on developing something that was an all-encompassing system. That is not just, hey guys, we have this cool little thing we figured out about eBay, let's turn this into an ebook and sell it to others. It was, let's build a platform that helps people make money, that gets them to the point of financial freedom. Then let's give them a plan after that. What after the financial freedom? What happens tomorrow you get kicked off of eBay or Amazon? What do you have then? Right? We don't want to face that situation, and that most people are never going to face that situation, but it's better to be wise and not needed than to be foolish and then regret it. So what we're doing here is basically we're going to have options kick in, which is going to be your investment income at this point. Okay, it's going to be your constantly growing income from trading and a second affiliate income stream as well. And just to tease you guys, I'm letting you know that this is not the end of it. There is more beyond that we will probably announce next year around this time as well. But this has all been discussed since way back before DS Domination was formed. In fact, DS Domination was formed. At that point, there was a company that was being promoted that was basically designed around getting people high on caffeine and try to make money with that. And didn't work out too well. And the reason it didn't work out so well is because it was based around all these promises that every other MLM does, but there was no reality behind it. So what we decided to do, we tried to actually fix that by making a three-step system. We had a step one, which was, let's give you risk-free money. Then let's make step two, which was Rogers eBay training. And at that time, we didn't have any of the software to go with it. So we did have some of the discrepancies at the time, but it was great. I mean, nobody still had something as good as that anyway. So then we had Rogers eBay training. And then, of course, we had this third thing, which was, let's sell overpriced coffee and give you illusions of freedom. Okay. And I think the only way we got that to happen was when we... Say it again?
Add a sad face to that third one.
Alrighty. Sad face there. So what we basically looked at was that we had all these people who were very successful. They did great with this part. I mean, everybody loves risk-free money. They did great with this, and then they lost money here. Okay, that's because typically what happens in MLMs. And then the concern was that because there was such emphasis on this and all the efforts were being spent over here, we never addressed the issues that were over here. Okay, so we had a discussion, and the point was just this. The point was, let's build a platform instead where we take the eBay training, we modernize it more, we update it drastically, we include all the software required to make it work really, really well for everybody else, and we give them the risk-free money options. Let's try and make it completely about the customer, and let's forget about trying to make a lot of money off of this. And let's cut off this coffee. They can sell coffee on eBay if they want, but let's not do this anymore. And that's basically what DS domination was. At that point, we also discussed, what can we do? How are we going to make sure that people make income in the future? What's going to be their 401k, or what's going to be their retirement net? And that's when we had the discussion about this. And we actually had another plan before options domination. There was another plan that we had that is now going to happen afterwards, which has also been built out since forever. I remember building that out in October last year. But this is the beginning. This is awesome because this is supposed to be our 1-year anniversary, and we're kind of revisiting how we began. But this is kind of how we began, and it was awesome. The results that we got and what happened, and then basically the coffee people hated Roger about it and didn't like him too much after that. Overall, I think we did a very good thing by focusing on this kind of a actual logical system instead of a, hey guys, you just need to sell some coffee and you'll be millionaires. So anyways, that's it. I've said my piece. If there are any questions, then please let me know.